So what is the concept really? What do we do actually? As I said, we have 4 corporate partners. These corporate partners provide case studies, and the case studies, actually the topics are up to the partners. We've had so many different diverse topics throughout the years. We had this year from Allianz, we had NFTs, we've had from Microsoft, a lot of new work topics. We've had from EYP, KPMG, we've had so many different consulting cases. So it's very diverse and you can expect something very exciting throughout these days. And as I said, we have 60 students in teams of 4 who solve these case studies in 2.5 days. Now, these 60 students are actually the top of the top, let's say, because they get through a 3-stage screening process with case studies as well, and also with screening resumes, etc. And we have, compared to other business games, we have a very low rate of acceptance, which is about 10%, because we get about 600 applications per business game, and we only pick 60. Doesn't matter how many applications we get, even if it's 1,000, we pick 60. So it's quite competitive. And as I said, the third step would be to for the jury to evaluate the solutions of these case studies. And the jury is representatives from different companies out there, different experts of the industry. We've had so many names that I cannot keep count of, like starting with Microsoft, Airbus, et cetera, et cetera. And of course, we have winners for each case, and the winners get a prize at the end, but also get to, have the prestige of being the winners of these case studies, connect with companies, get opportunities. Currently, we had a winner team which was collaborating with EMA, for example, the Forum for Ethical Machine Decision Making. So it goes on and on after the business game is done. Now on to our partners. As I said, we've had quite a few names throughout our business games, and this is only a few. As you can see, we have quite a lot of well-known names. And now we are relatively new. We are about 6 years old, with a year in between of space in 2020 where we had to cancel our business game. So we've had over 10 plus partners, as I showed in the slide before. We've had over 2,000 applicants. We've had over, we have a conversion rate, which means that the hiring rate of companies to the business game is about 18% on average, but it might be higher. And we also have had over 70 nationalities throughout our business games, which is a very good thing for us because they bring great ideas. On to the next slide, the team structure. How do we actually work and organize a business game? Well, we have 4 departments, which from the name, they're very self-explanatory. We have team talent development, which takes care, it's basically our HR, which selects the participants, and we also take care of selecting and recruiting, new members. We have partner and sponsors, which, acquire our partners and sponsors, and marketing and branding. The team takes care of the marketing and branding and marketing campaigns, and that we represent our club as best as possible. And logistics and operations takes care of everything from venues, locations, to stuff like this where we have to organize logistics. And the organizing process looks pretty much like this. It's very shortened and very briefly, but we have the phase where we acquire corporate partners, which is currently the stage that we're in. And then we secure locations and logistical necessities, and then we select participants and jury members, and then we host the business game. As you see, it takes quite long, but it's a very tiring process. It takes a lot of people to bring this together, but we are a very small team. We're 12 to 13 on average, and we bring together over 100, 200 people for 2.5 days. So it's quite intense for us as well. And what kind of members do we look for? Well, these are the keywords, basically. We look for very motivated people. We look for, committed, creative, hardworking, go-getters, team players, and we always look for active people because it's very important that we get, the best of our people and that everyone is able to contribute with creative ideas. And this is if you want to learn more about the TUM Business Game, but I just have a few last words that I want to say. It's basically from personal experience, and our slogan is mostly that we, bridge the gap between academia and industries, which is really what we do, because throughout the years we've had an amazing experience and amazing feedback from students and from partners. So we're able to enable companies with this talented and excellent workforce. And the feedback we got recently was also that some of the top managers, in different companies like KPMG are actually through the TUM Business Game. So we have a very good hiring rate. We enable students with work positions and with connections out in the world after they graduate during their studies and companies with a very, very talented workforce.